This is a video presentation for our course BKAAK3023C, Auditing and Assurance II for our group assignment. We are from Group 1 and these are the names and matrix numbers of me and my group members.
Hello, my name is Tam Soon Liew and my matrix number is 297782. I'll start the presentation by telling you the company that we have chosen to review, which is Sime Darby Plantation Berhad. Sime Darby Plantation Berhad is a publicly listed company in Bursa Malaysia's plantation sector, which focuses on producing, processing, and marketing palm oil, palm kernel oil, specialty fats, and other agricultural products like sugar, rubber, and beef.
Now we will talk about the risks of misrepresentation of inventories.
Hi, it is Tam Soon Liew again, and I'd like to talk about fraud risk. Even large companies like Sime Darby Plantation Berhad face fraud risks, particularly related to inventory management, as their inventories include biological and natural products like palm oil and sugarcane. They are susceptible to risks such as spoilage from natural disasters, diseases, and pests. Management might hide these losses to avoid higher insurance premiums or accountability for inventory obsolescence, leading to overinflated inventory levels and misleading financial statements. Another risk involves fake or fictitious inventory records. Unethical individuals might fabricate records for non-existent harvested crops or plantation areas to hide fund misappropriation or theft of inventories, potentially reselling stolen items for personal gain. To cover their tracks, these individuals could falsify inventory data, making detection difficult without stringent audits. Collusion with third parties poses further risks. Key personnel might conspire with shipping companies to substitute high-quality inventories with lower-quality products or create fake shipping documents. This allows them to pocket funds meant for legitimate transactions, with the third party receiving a share and assisting in covering up the fraud. Additionally, inventory manipulation across multiple storage areas is a concern. As a large-scale company with numerous storage facilities, Sime Darby Plantation Berhad faces risks during physical audits where inventories could be shifted between locations to mask shortages. Coupled with the complexity of measuring plantation inventories, this practice can delay the detection of fraud and lead to inaccurate reporting.
Next, as for the valuation risk, based on the report, inventories in SD Plantation Berhad consists of natural products such as palm oil and sugar cane, which are consists to the volatility of agriculture markets. The price of the products fluctuates on a daily basis, increasing the risk of incorrect valuation. This is because the management may use prices from subsequent days rather than the harvest date to value the inventories, leading to a potential misstatements. This practice, known as cherry-picking prices, that can result in overstated inventory values if higher prices are selected. As for the biological factors, the growth rate, quality, and other biological factors such as weather conditions, pests, and disease affect the products differently. So these variation add complexity to the inventory valuation process. As per the requirement of MFRS 141 Agriculture, the inventories must be properly identified and classified when biological assets transition into identifiable produce or finished products. The management may face challenges in determining the fair value due to the complexity of biological assets, such as palm oil is recognized as inventory at harvest. This may cause valuation uncertainties are carried forward and creating an ongoing risk in inventory valuation. Lastly, as for the estimation risk in inventory valuation, the management must exercise significant judgment when determining costs such as direct manufacturing charges and allocation of overheads. In the financial statements of SD Plantation Berhad, it is stated that the term appropriate proportion is ambiguous, which means it could be misclassification or incorrect allocations. The management might misclassify a wrong portion of overhead cost and overstate the inventory levels, impacting the financial reporting accuracy. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now we will discuss the audit procedures addressing identified risks.
The next audit objective is establishing appropriate physical control over inventory. And this audit objective to observe on how the company control and manage its inventory to avoid any misstatement. The first exception is existence and occurrence. Therefore, auditor may perform physical count of the company biological inventory at the plantation site. The auditor can select a sample and present on site for the purpose to observe and verify the inventory count process conducted by the company is accurate. Since the large plantations are challenging to observe, the auditing process may be performed by using the drones to verify the existence of the large plantation area and confirm the maturity, volume, and the quantity of the biological asset. Next, the auditor should perform the physical inspection of biological inventory to identify what are the sign of the damage or disease that could lead to obsolescence. The second assertion is right and obligation, and this assertion to ensure that the company has a legal ownership right over the biological inventory. First of all, the auditor needs to review the ownership documentation of the company. For example, the land title, lease agreement, and cultivation right to confirm that the plantation area belongs to the company. Other than that, the auditor may send a confirmation request to the third-party warehouse or the storage facility where the biological inventory are stored and verify the company ownership and the quantity held.
Hello, my name is Cheng and my metric number is 297690. Now I'll move on to discuss the audit objective related to segregations of duty. This audit objective ensures that the company have proper segregations of duty over the productions and custody of inventory to reduce the risk of error and fraud as we mentioned earlier. For existence and occurrence assertions, the auditor should review the organizational chart and policy to conduct employee interview, observe the workflow, and also site visit to ensure that no single individual has control over multiple conflicting duties, such as productions and inventory reconciliations. The second assertion is completeness. The auditor should review the authorization matrices and approval workflow for productions and also inventory transactions to ensure that the transactions are properly authorized and documented. They should inspect the document for required approval signatures and also check for the inconsistencies such as missing signature or backdating. Next, rights and obligations assertions. The auditor should perform access control testing to ensure that an unauthorized user cannot access the system. For example, production staff cannot update and do not have the digital access to the inventory records. The auditor can also examine the system access log, which may require further investigations into the records of unauthorized access attempts. The last assertion is valuation and accuracy. The auditor should obtain and analyze the system-generated audit trials for inventory and productions modules, which contain the information of user, like the date, time, and also detail of changes, and so on, to analyze and investigate unauthorized and unusual changes made.
Hi, it's Tam Soon Liew again. Now this audit objective ensures the company uses pre-numbered requisitions and production records to maintain accurate, complete, and timely inventory transactions. For the completion assertion, pre-numbered documents help ensure all inventory and production movements are properly recorded. Auditors should inspect these records for sequential integrity, flagging gaps or duplicates. Any anomalies must be explained by management, reducing the risk of false inventory reporting. On the other hand, the cutoff assertion ensures inventories are recorded in the correct accounting period. Auditors should review records dated near year-end and early subsequent periods. For example, production completed by December 31st should be recorded in the current financial year, preventing inventory misstatement across periods.
Other than that, establish the general ledger control of inventory. As just now we mentioned about the fraud risk, thus it's critical to have the effective general ledger control over all the inventory category, including the raw material, good in process, and also finished goods. Thus, as an auditor, we should follow the appropriate procedure to guarantee the effective inventory management and also reconciling the production record periodically. There are several assertions. First and foremost is existence and occurrence. Auditor need to confirm that the inventory recorded in the general ledger is genuinely existent. This involves performing the reconciliation between the inventory ledger for raw material, good in process, and also finished goods with production record, such as harvest log and also production report, to detect any fraudulent adjustment. Second is right and obligation. Auditors should review the documentation like the land titles and also lease agreement to confirm the raw material are sourced from the company-owned asset. Next is valuations and accuracy. Auditors should reconcile the inventory value in the general ledger with production costs to prevent from the overvaluation. Third is presentation and also disclosure. Auditor must confirm that the inventory is properly classified. For example, auditors should check appropriately those damaged inventory that has been written off and disclose the financial statement so that the financial statement is present a true and fair view.
In conclusions, the auditor should consider the nature and inherent risks of evaluating and managing the Sime Darby Plantation's Berhad inventories when designing the audit procedure for the inventory cycle to ensure the financial statement reflect a true and fair view. That's all from Group 1. Thank you.